Aloha! Guess what? You're a day late and an algo short, my friend, because this is yesterday's Algorand news. Hit hashtag algonews, like and subscribe. At the time of this recording, we are only 15 subscribers away from 2,000 on the KryptoNurd channel. Go ahead and do it right now. Do it. You watch anyway. Be a part of history. I'm, of course, at Real Monty Allen on Twitter. Come find me. Come talk to me. Send me a DM. Hit hashtag algonews. I will find you because I am your crypto nerd. Let's jump into it today. We've got backed, xBacked to be precise. So xBacked is here. Core contributor YLDY shares xBacked's blueprint for the newest decentralized stablecoin coming to Algorand. So what is this, you say? What is a decentralized stablecoin? How could it be decentralized and stable at the same time? Well, let's jump into their Medium article here. It's a relatively short article. I will post the link as always as I bring you the news. And it's relatively early on in this project still, but here's how it works. Basically, you can mint some additional XUSD, which is the stablecoin backed by assets. You have to stake the assets. What's interesting to this, where I could see this going, where I could see this progressing to, is almost like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say a pawn shop, but the same kind of concept, maybe. Because it doesn't have to be the same asset every time. What if xBacked has someone who evaluates the item being leveraged there? What if you have an NFT? What if you have an Algoana, but you don't want to cough up your Algoana? You still want to leave it staked for 8 weeks so you get your little baby Algoana egg. Well, maybe you could borrow against it, essentially. They're not calling it borrowing or a loan, really. They're just calling it minting a stablecoin with an underlying asset, a collateralized asset. Well, what if you could just bring all kinds of assets in? They've got different cryptocurrency assets that you could use. And then that makes it a level playing field. And the same thing happens with a pawn shop, right? I mean, you've got, an old laptop computer. You don't want to necessarily get rid of the laptop, but you need some US dollars or whatever currency you're working in. In this case, it's XUSD as the stablecoin. What if you've got an NFT? What if you got a piece of artwork? What if you got some music? In the old school days, we used to bring in our CDs, and you'd you get like 50 cents or 25 cents or something, pawn shop, or a guitar, right? If you're a musician, you don't want to have to get rid of your guitar, but you might pawn it for a little while so you could get access to some liquidity. So xBacked is asking for, some cryptocurrency right now. They don't really have that other NFT, feature yet, but I could see it going that way in exchange for liquidity in this new stable coin called XUSD. And I think it's cool. I think that it could be a very interesting way to hold all of your portfolio, so to speak. Let me just give my entire portfolio to xBacked. They'll issue XUSD, and I can use the XUSD to interact with other members of the community for services. I could even purchase additional products or artwork because XUSD is recognized or could be recognized and accepted in a bunch of these places. So anyway, interesting idea. We'll be watching them to see what happens now. I love that they're using Reachlang and the Algoana partnership with them as well. All right, Austin, who we were just talking about there, also put together this Algo rug pulls feature, which I think is just kind of cool. So you can go here and see if there are clawback or freeze features of an ASA. So we'll plug in this one. This one happens to be, look, it's the KryptoNurd ASA. Does it have a clawback? No, it does not. Does it have a freeze? No, it does not. Does it have a manager? Why, yes, it does. Yours truly. Is it verified on Algo Explorer? It is. Could it rug? No, it could not rug. The green means good, just in case you're wondering. All right, so it doesn't have a clawback freeze. It does have a manager. We're waiting on Algorand Foundation review, approval, whatever it is that gets you that blue check mark so that we can use it safely and it will be respected. So there you go. More news to come on that. So Daisy, if you do, always good for information. Daisy's got a ton of info out there. And today he's got this link to the Yahoo Finance Bitwise announcement. So Bitwise And if you're not familiar with Bitwise, like really, this is sort of just a tracking mechanism. So this is the end of month index reconstitution. Basically, they shuffle around based on priorities. And this month, Algorand tossed out Atom. So not a whole lot of news there. We already know Algorand is awesome. They got a typo in there. Look, they got angry and they said Algur. I don't know why they're so angry at the Algorand. Maybe they were Atom fans and they got grr about it. So everywhere else it appears as Algo, as it should though. So Algorand has bumped up in the index. So I guess that's good news. We'll take it. In other news, AtPay has made some waves, some announcements here. So Michael Jordan, aka at the Algo family, not at the, just at Algo family, made an announcement that they're using Solana and Algorand as the groundwork as they scale their ecosystem. And by scale, I think they just mean start their ecosystem. It's relatively early for them as well. There's just a lot of early projects, just getting news out there. There is some competition in this area. We go to their website, About Us, Buy Now, Pay Later. It's been picking up in the finance world. Buy Now, Pay Later, if you pay attention to that world, has gained a lot of traction in the last, particularly the last 6 months, but really the last couple of years. Also, the crypto angle, blockchain smart contract technology. They list these here, not for us, ladies and gentlemen and fellow crypto nerds. They lay this information out here for their other traditional investors, because cryptocurrency, blockchain, those are sort of buzzwords for the your VC, your capital now that may not be familiar with the space, but they want to get into the space. They're not sure what it is, but they want to get in there. They've also dropped some other buzzwords in here. Look at, there's the e-commerce, which has been around for like 15, 20 years now. Now, when you jump into their white paper, though, I mean, really, they don't mention Algorand at all. So I think the Algorand Solana thing, I think that just happened post white paper. Their initial white paper is all about the ERC20 tokens, and then they've also got the Chainlink connection here as well. And Chainlink is a great resource, a great tool. So I'm not mad at them for using Chainlink, but it doesn't mention Algorand at all, or Solana, at least initially here. And like I said, it might just be because they founded this in 2020. So it's been a little while. Maybe they've come to their senses and they decided, hey, let's check out some other items, Solana and Algorand. I am, of course, is a big proponent of the Algorand solution, but maybe maybe they want to capture a wider audience, and Solana does have a feverish audience that is very loyal. So I can't blame them there for trying to gather up some additional audience members as they try and grow and figure out where their fan base is going to be, their user base is going to be, because as Algo Family mentioned, there is some competition in that market. All right, on my screen, you've already seen this. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. But as El Salvador delves deeper into blockchain, they give Algorand a closer look. So this isn't news to anybody here if you've been watching this, but this is news to somebody who maybe isn't as familiar with blockchain or Algorand in general, and they only saw the CNBC headlines that mention Bitcoin. So the more that this gets out, the better it is. This, of course, is on NASDAQ, so relatively respected. They do mention some Cointelegraph, and they reference some other articles. They've sort of curated this information, much like I curate information for you. So we haven't really kind of visited the El Salvador thing in any meaningful fashion in probably, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something along those lines. This doesn't revisit it in any meaningful fashion as well, other than to say that they're using Algorand. Really, it's in the background. It's designed to enable individuals and businesses to send payments in Bitcoin or dollars from anywhere in the world. The wallet is available on Android. I guess that's more about the wallet. Algorand's selection by El Salvador is perhaps the most significant vote of confidence in the project that it's received to date, which can lead to further large-scale adoption as other governments and institutions watch to see how the project progresses. Now, I just read that to you. You could have read it yourself. But I don't know, maybe you like audiobooks too. Maybe you just like the soothing tones of my voice. But like I said, you already knew that Algorand was awesome. You already knew that El Salvador was using it in the background for their government-to-government, almost like business-to-business use, which falls in line with our with institutional use goals for Algorand. But what it does, it just kind of gives a forward-looking statement, maybe to decipher where there's a lot of speculation on maybe some new CBDC announcements, maybe some other additional governments, some governments being tossed around, maybe Colombia. There's a lot of other countries in the mix for CBDCs or for just adoption like they're using it here, government to government interaction and storage of information, distribution of information. All right, last but certainly not least, let's refresh our YLDY staking pool. Sort of the daily ritual over here on the KryptoNurd channel all of a sudden. And we see that once again, YLDY to ARK is leading the way with a 93% APY. It's dipped down just a little bit. I believe it was over 100 yesterday, but 93% ain't bad. Smile to Smile is still at 71%. YLDY to Gems, the new kid on the block, is at 82%. It'll be interesting to see when these gems and these ARK to ARK pools get started, how it will flow as the TVL gets distributed here, and sort of a waterfall effect when you watch it. Very, very interesting to see. The Smile coin guys are going to be on the KryptoNurd channel. We're recording that. It should get it in the can tomorrow night. It should be released on Friday. Lots of information. We got some new releases coming up. They've, of course, we're going to talk about the car. And speaking of cars, I know a bunch of you have messaged me about the car for Algorand. I will go show that nice shiny green car maybe on tomorrow's yesterday's Algorand news. It'll be like 2 days yesterday's Algorand news. I don't know. There you go. Hit like, hit subscribe. Get me to 2,000. I'm not giving away anything. Just do it out of the kindness of your Algo family heart. Get the Algo community up and share this and help grow the community. That's it. That's all I've got for you. KryptoNurd out. Stay safe out.